Hey, yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to ETV Reacts. So today, this one is a special one because I don't know if you saw the short I put up. On my first live, I was asked, I can't remember who it was either Mary or one of the Carolines. I know Clara Nielsen was interested in this as well, so shout out to you guys. Basically, I was asked to react to my own stuff, or review it rather, and just explain the bars, what's going on, stuff like that, and the process and everything. So I said, yeah, I'll do it, but it's taken me a while to, gear up for it because some of the stuff that is going to be talked about is very personal, and yeah. Anyway, we're going to do it, and like I said in the short, if it goes well and people like it, then we'll make a series of it and I'll go through all of them. Yeah. If you're new to the channel and you want to join the Eternals family, hit subscribe, notification bell, like, comment down below what you want me to react to next. As I always say, it doesn't have to be just music, it can be anything. And if it is music, it can be any type of music. So I will be doing my normal reactions as normal and throwing these in between as well. So fingers crossed it goes well. But you guys will be the judge of that. Before we begin, I do want to say and just make a point that some of these songs that I've done, I may be offbeat and stuff like that, but it's all because I'm more of a poet and I'm basically doing spoken word with background music. I do try and stay in rhythm, I do try and stay on beat, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So I've had so many comments throughout the years about me being offbeat and stuff. Sometimes it's intentional, so I just wanted to put that out there so we can iron that out straight away. But let's go. So this is, I've done older tracks on my older channels, but they're that bad I don't want to see them have the light of day again. So we're just going to go from the beginning of this channel. So this one is myself featuring Lady T, and this is called Apologise, and this was produced by Mr. Pool Productions, and it was recorded at Hen House Recordings. Shout out to Jinx at Hen House Recordings. Lady T, at the time, we were in a relationship, so and I'll admit she was the love of my life. Anyway, let's go.
This is a Macaulay Records production.
Yeah, see if you can recognise the beat.
This is a Macaulay Records production.
This is an apology to a very special lady. She's the one who gave birth to me. Without you, there would be no ETV. You mean the world to me. The year was 1984. The first face I saw was yours. I bet you could hear me screaming down the halls. You're the strongest woman I've ever known. Before I was born, you had nowhere to go. Pregnant, running.
So, I don't know if you've guessed it, this song is about my mum. Obviously, I was born in 1984. Hers was the first face I saw. Probably hear me screaming down the halls. That's self-explanatory.
The year
Sorry.
was 1984. The first face I saw was yours. I bet you could hear me screaming down the halls. You're the strongest woman I've ever known. Before I was born, you had nowhere to go.
So, where I say before I was born, you had nowhere to go. As you can see, I'm half caste, so my mum's white. And my dad is whatever, because I don't even know who he is. We'll get to that. But back then, it was, because my family's Catholic as well, it was classed as a sin for a white woman to have relations with someone of colour, should we say. Because my dad's not black, he's Middle Eastern, Asian, whatever, I don't know. Like I said, we'll get to that. But yeah, back in those days, don't forget it's 84, it was frowned upon, classed as a sin. So my mum was put out on the streets. She was 19 years old. Very vulnerable because she's not, I don't, without sounding harsh or anything, she not the sharpest tool in the shed, should we say. She's very easily led. Yeah.
The year was 1984. The first face I saw was yours. I bet you could hear me screaming down the halls. You're the strongest woman I've ever known. Before I was born, you had nowhere to go. Pregnant, vulnerable, scared and alone. It was harsh times back then, everybody knows. No one to turn to, feeling low. You felt like you had nothing left to show. Then we met Clive, what can I say?
So yeah, like I said, she was out on her own. She felt like she had no one. And we get to where she meets him.
But no, before I was born, you had nowhere to go. Pregnant, vulnerable, scared and alone. It was harsh times back then, everybody knows. No one to turn to, feeling low. You felt like you had nothing left to show. Then we met Clive, what can I say? He's a spineless bitch that should have gone away. Hurt you bad and made you cry. Cold scars that not even you could hide. The year is now 1986.
So up until I was 13, I thought this person was my dad. And as you can guess, he did things to me and my mum. But we'll talk about that more now.
Nothing left to show. Then we met Clive, what can I say? He's a spineless bitch that should have gone away. Hurt you bad and made you cry. Cold scars that not even you could hide. The year is now 1980.
So like with me, I'm very good at hiding my emotions and feelings and stuff like that, and bottling shit up. I do it all the time. But I learned that from my mum. Where she lacks mentally with certain things, as I said in the beginning, she's the strongest woman I know in different areas. So that's where that is.
Nothing left to show. Then we met Clive, what can I say? He's a spineless bitch.
Where I say that causing scars that not even you could hide. That's what I meant.
Scared and alone. It was harsh times back then, everybody knows. No one to turn to, feeling low. You felt like you had nothing left to show. Then we met Clive, what can I say? He's a spineless bitch that should have gone away. Hurt you bad and made you cry. Cold scars that not even you could hide. The year is now 1986. The day he didn't get his fix. I must have done something bad. Threw me down the stairs, I was just a small lad. Felt like.
So yeah, when I was 1986, he was a severe alcoholic, a very nasty one, and he used to drink cider. And this one occasion he couldn't have his cider, and don't know what I did at 2 years of age, but he picked me up and threw me down the stairs, and which caused a lasting effect on my knees. I don't know if you've heard cracking in the video sometimes and I say ow, that's my knees cracking. Yeah, because I was only 2 and it did damage to my knees. obviously my knees weren't fully developed, and it's caused issues throughout my life.
Hurt you bad and made you cry. Cold scars that not even you could hide. The year is now 1986, the day he didn't get his fix. I must have done something bad. Threw me down the stairs, I was just a small lad. Felt like I had nowhere to go, just like you, so scared and alone. This was like put my feelings on the page, depressed at such a very young age.
So yeah, I've spoke about this before in previous reactions, where when I was younger, because of what was going on, I had trouble communicating. So I would communicate by writing poetry at a very young age, because it was the only way that I could sort out my thoughts, especially, like I said, depressed at such a very young age. I had to figure out a way to, it's kind of like you go into an office full of files everywhere, and they're not in any order whatsoever, they're just there everywhere, like a bomb's gone off. So me communicating through poetry was a way of me sorting out my files in my head, which are my thoughts. And because of what was going on at home, I was scared to talk. It's not that I couldn't talk or didn't know how to talk, it was because I was scared. So the only way I could communicate was through poetry.
Threw me down the stairs, I was just a small lad. Felt like I had nowhere to go, just like you, so scared and alone. This was like put my feelings on the page, depressed at such a very young age. Days confused, didn't know what to do. One thing on my mind was to save you. I was so small, what could I do? I gave up, couldn't see a damn way through.
So yeah, there it goes. So yeah, even though I was so young, I was always thinking of ways to save my mum. I think I said something in school once. They said, like, they asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And bearing in mind I'm still really young, I said I want to be a police officer. Why is that? Because I want to arrest my dad. And then when they ask why, I'd clam up again. But again, I had to explain that through poetry. So I didn't really start speaking until I was like 4 or 5. And even then I spoke in rhyme most of the time. I do it when I don't even realise it, and it gets on my nerves sometimes. But yeah.
This was like put my feelings on the page, depressed at such a.
If you want me to elaborate more on stuff as well, just let me know in the comments and I'll do so.
Big bad, threw me down the stairs, I was just a small lad. Felt like I had nowhere to go, just like you, so scared and alone. This was like put my feelings on the page, depressed at such a very young age. Days confused, didn't know what to do. One thing on my mind was to save you. I was so small, what could I do? I gave up, couldn't see a damn way through.
I'm sorry, so sorry.
Shout out to Lady T. Like I said, we were in a relationship at the time. When I wrote this, it was a slightly different version, but she sat down with me and said, right, okay, you can't say this, you can't say that, you have to shorten this, you could say this like this. So it's not like she was saying that I can't say this, I can't say that. It was more like, say it but in a different way, so put it like this and put it like that. And it helped with the flow of it as well, so it wasn't so chaotic. Because with me, I just write and get in the booth and it's just chaos most of the time. But she literally did help me so much through this song, especially. She wrote the hook herself. She's a classically trained singer, plays instruments. So yeah, she really, really did a good job on this with me.
Days confused, didn't know what to do. One thing on my mind was to save you. I was so small, what could I do? I gave up, couldn't see it damn way through.
I'm sorry, so sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint. If I could, then I would take it back, pretend I would.
Now we fast forward to 1995.
Sorry, I need to listen to that again.
See it damn way through.
I'm sorry, so sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint. If I could, then I would take it back, pretend I would.
Now we fast forward to
So yeah, basically, after going through the lyrics and the verses and stuff, she took what was going on in the song, which you'll hear more about now in the second verse. She took that and put it into the hook, so that's where the apology is coming from. I'm so sorry, and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think she did amazing on that. And I love the line where she said, I wish I could take it back and pretend I was good.
If I could, then I would take it back, pretend I would.
Now we fast forward to 1995. That was the year we finally left Clyde. Things went really well for a while. Once or twice that even saw his smile. Then we met.
So yeah, 1995, I remember this day very well. I was in school, my mum came to the school, the teacher took me out of assembly, I think it was, and said that my mum was in the office, and my mum said we're going to see my auntie, and we went to my auntie's and we never went back. Things were good for a while because it was just me and her, and like I said, once or twice I even saw you smile. I'm just about to go on to where she met Rob, who's my stepdad. But between that and Rob, there was a few years that had gone by. I'd be here forever if I was to put it all in one thing. And a lot has happened in those few years, in that few years gap. But there is a song called Illusion of Truth, which will be coming up later on down the line, which will explain those missing years. So the gaps will get filled in.
Take it back, pretend I would.
Now we fast forward to 1995. That was the year we finally left Clyde. Things went really well for a while. Once or twice that even saw his smile. Then we met Rob, didn't know what to think. Threw everything at him and said the damn sink. Then I thought I'd raise the bar. Little did I know
So when I said
a while, once or twice that even saw his smile. Then we met Rob, didn't know what to think. Threw everything at him and said the damn sink.
So I said, then you met Rob, didn't know what to think, threw everything at him, set the damn sink. What I mean by that, I didn't actually throw a sink at him. Because of everything that happened previously, I didn't trust anyone. So I kind of rebelled, and then it's to see how far I could push him. And as I'm about to say, I rose the bar and went a bit overboard, but again, this song is called Apologise.
To 1995, that was the year we finally left Clyde. Things went really well for a while. Once or twice that even saw his smile. Then we met Rob, didn't know what to think. Threw everything at him and said the damn sink. Then I thought I'd raise the bar. Little did I know I took it too far. Everything I did it in sync. My biggest addiction was about to kick in. Then I got sucked into ecstasy.
So yeah, sorry.
Once or twice that he was so smile. Then we met Rob, didn't know what to think. Threw everything at him and set the damn sink. Then I thought I'd raise the bar. Little did I know I took it too far. Started running away, thinking I could hide. Struggling to fight my demon inside.
So yeah, like I said, I was trying to push the limits, so I started running away. Then I started noticing like my inner demons manifesting, and everything that happened to me before is starting to fall down on me in my head. So this is where like my PTSD starts kicking in, my flashbacks and stuff like that. So that's what I mean about fighting my demons inside.
At him and set the damn sink. Then I thought I'd raise the bar. Little did I know I took it too far. Started running away, thinking I could hide. Struggling to fight my demon inside. Everything I did it in sync. My biggest addiction was about to kick in. Then I got sucked into ecstasy. I couldn't see the damage he was doing to me. Sometimes it felt like I couldn't breathe. Sometimes it felt like I was totally free. Fucked up.
So yeah, I've gone over about my addiction with ecstasy over the last few videos. Yeah, like I said, sometimes it felt like I couldn't breathe, and sometimes I felt like I was totally free, like I could fly. All the while I couldn't see the damage it was doing inside me, because the doctor said if I didn't stop when I did, I would have been dead within a month, because my body started to shut down.
I did it in sync. My biggest addiction was about to kick in. Then I got sucked into ecstasy. I couldn't see the damage he was doing to me. Sometimes it felt like I couldn't breathe. Sometimes it felt like I was totally free. Fucked up, kicked out at 15. This was turning into a really bad dream. My life was spinning out of control. Sometimes it felt like a massive black hole. All the pain the client put you through was nothing compared to the pain you put me through. Yeah.
So what I mean by that, obviously at 15, it was the last straw. Everything I was doing to test Rob and see how far I could push him was the last straw, and I was told to leave at 15. Still went to school, even though I was living on the streets. No matter, and that's when the relationship between my mum and me broke down, when she met Rob. And I'm not blaming Rob in any way whatsoever. She just dismissed me. And things has never been the same since. Like, I went from being the most important thing to her to nothing within a snap of the finger. And this was way before I started acting like an idiot. So she can't blame me for that. I know I didn't help the matters, but I was rebelling because I felt I was being pushed away by the person who mattered most.
Bad dream, my life was spinning out of control. Sometimes it felt like a massive black hole. All the pain the client put you through was nothing compared to the pain you put me through. At the end of the day, this is my apology. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a screw up.
What I mean by that is I've always blamed myself for everything that happened, even with Clive, even to the stuff that happened when I was a baby. I always blame myself for being born. It's a terrible feeling as well.
At the end of the day, this is my apology. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a screw up. I'm sorry, Mum. I got a lot of respect for you because of all the things that man put you through. And me, you're a fighter. I love you.
If I could,
I actually had to do everything within my power not to cry during that. You can hear it in my voice.
Because of all the things that man put you through. And me, you're a fighter. I love you.
if I could, then I would take it back, pretend I'm still good. Sorry, pretend I'm still good. Pretend I'm still good. Sorry, pretend I'm still good.
So yeah, big shout out to Mr. Paul Productions, shout out to Lady T, Jinx at Henhouse Recordings, who's the sound engineer. So yeah, there you have it. That's Apologise featuring Lady T. If you feel that this has gone well and you want to hear more, let me know and we can continue this as a series. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it actually. So yeah, even if this does go off as a series as well, it's not going to affect the normal reactions that I do. I'll still be doing them as I usually do. This will just be thrown in between. So let me know, guys. Until the next one. Oh, actually, sorry, if you're new to the channel, you want to join the Eternals family, hit subscribe, notification bell, like, comment down below what you want me to react to next. As I always say, it doesn't have to be just music, it can be anything. And if it is music, it can be any type of music. So yeah, let me know, guys. Until the next one, peace out, homies.